We'll now turn to another type of ASL sentence, the yes-no question. We've already seen that facial expression plays a really important role in conveying grammatical information in ASL. With affirmative sentences, or sentences that we are saying are declaring, then we use an affirmative facial expression, which is simply a nodding of the head. So if we want to say, I am going to the store, that would look like this. For negation, you have a shaking of the head, and so if you were to say, I'm not going to the store, that could look like this. For a question, though, if I were to ask, am I going to the store, the way that you would form that would be by raising the eyebrows and leaning forward, looking directly at the person you're asking the question of. Now, if you have a topic at the beginning of the sentence, then the topic is formed just as it normally would be, and it would be followed by the question structure. So just as you had a sentence like, the girl understands, which was signed like, or the girl understands the word, which was signed like this, or the girl doesn't understand the word, which was signed like this, then you have, does the girl understand the word? So you have the first portion, the topic portion, which you raise your eyebrows on with a slight pause, and then you have the question portion, which looks very similar to a topic, but oftentimes the signer will lean in a little more and will make more direct eye contact for the yes-no question. So for the sentence, does the girl understand the word, you would have something like this. In English, as well as in ASL, there's also the negative question. The question, aren't I going to the store? Or, doesn't the girl understand the word? So with a negative question, the question is formed just as it would be with the eyebrows raised, but the negation is also included. So if I had the first sentence like this, I'm not going to the store, or the sentence like this, then that would be, doesn't the girl understand the word? Now, there are some common errors that people make in forming yes-no questions. Many second language users want to use this sign at the end of yes-no questions. This sign, however, in native ASL users doesn't simply mean there's a question, but it's an expression of doubt or shock. Like, is that true? Is that real? Could that really be? If you've raised your eyebrows clearly, then you've formed a yes-no question. There's no need to do this at the end of the question. Similarly, in English, we have a transformation that we use whenever we're forming yes-no questions. That is, we take the auxiliary word and we move it to the beginning of the sentence just before the subject. So if you were going to say, I can go to the store, then you would have a transformation which would move can to the front in English, and that would say, can I go to the store? If you were to say, you do understand French, the question would be, do you understand French? But in ASL, there's no such transformation. So if the sentence is, I can go, in ASL, then it would be, I can go, and the question would be, I can go, with the facial expression. That's the only change. You do not sign can I, do you, will you, or anything like that. Those are all English transformations. Auxiliary verbs never come before subjects in ASL, not even when you're asking yes-no questions.